Statistically, the hardest position to find an elite player is the wide receiver position. So today, I'm going to give you guys some analytics I found to help you narrow down the field and draft your wide receiver one. Starting off here with three qualifications. This is all data that has been collected since 2017. It includes 96 wide receiver ones, so a fairly large sample size. But these three qualifications are proven facts. Number one, you have to be a young guy, preferably in the prime of your career, but at the max, 30 years or younger. Out of those 96 wide receivers, 92 of them have been 30 or younger. The four outliers in this scenario have all had great quarterback play. Keenan Allen had Justin Herbert. Julian Edelman had Brady twice in back-to-back years, which is very impressive. And then Carson Palmer, arguably the best quarterback play of Larry Fitzgerald's career. I know he had Kurt Warner, but that was later in his career. Since 2017, that was his best quarterback. Number two, you need a veteran quarterback. You can't have a rookie running the show. And Keenan Allen, yet again here, he seems to be an anomaly when we talk about wide receiver ones. He had a rookie Justin Herbert, arguably the best rookie quarterback of all time in the NFL. And the same can be said about Nico Collins. He had a career year with a rookie stud in CJ Stroud, arguably the best two rookie quarterbacks in NFL history. Number three, you can't be a wide receiver two without an elite or at the very minimum, an above average quarterback. 95 of the 96 wide receivers have met this qualification. The only outlier is either Stefon Diggs or Adam Thielen, whoever you considered to be the wide receiver one or wide receiver two, back in 2017 for that magical Minnesota Vikings team that, of course, beat the Saints in the playoffs and I believe went to the NFC title game. Regardless, one of these guys would be considered the wide receiver two, and they are the outlier in this case. So the three qualifiers, 30 or younger, you need a veteran quarterback, and you can't be a wide receiver two without an elite quarterback. The top wide receivers in danger this season, when we look into it, Justin Jefferson, of course, for not having that veteran quarterback, now he does with Sam Darnold, so maybe that betters his case, is a good way to put it. Davante Adams, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, and DJ Moore. These are guys that are just older, right? Outside of DJ Moore, these are guys that are past their primes in Adams, Evans, and Kupp. For Jefferson, the quarterback, DJ Moore, maybe just too many mouths to feed over there in Chicago. But now I want to shift our focus over to just some stats to remember. But the best average finish of my top 20 wide receivers, Tyreek Hill has been the average of the 1.6 wide receiver over the last 3 years. Following him is Davante Adams and CeeDee Lamb, all being top 8 wide receivers in the last 3 seasons. When we look at the target leaders from last season, this caught my eye because CeeDee Lamb dominated. You know, it's one thing to play against them or to have him on your team last year and say, he's having a great season, but when you dive into his numbers, they're insane. He had 30% of his team's targets, 40% of his personal targets they went for at least 10 plus yards. So that means 73 times he caught the ball, you at least got 2 plus fantasy points. And then for CeeDee Lamb, of course, 31 of his targets came in the red zone, which was also 30% of his team's total throws in the painted area. Some other things to remember. Of course, the percentage of points to come from touchdowns alone. We always like to point out those touchdown regression players or candidates on a yearly basis. Mike Evans, 28% of his points came from touchdowns, and then they lost Dave Canales. Now it really depends. What is your belief of Baker Mayfield in this offense? Michael Pittman had a career year with Gardner Minshew at the helm, but only 10% of his points came from the touchdown department. So maybe that gives you a little bit more confidence to draft this guy going forward, saying he was a wide receiver one without the crazy amount of touchdowns. The next thing, out of the top 25 receivers in my books, who has a new quarterback here? Of course, Jefferson is the only guy that really downgraded from last year to this year, going from Kirk Cousins to Sam Darnold, right? But outside of that, Pittman, Adams, DJ Moore, and Drake London all improved their quarterback situations. For Marvin Harrison, the only reason I have him here, I know he's a rookie, but this is going to be the best quarterback play of his career with Kyler Murray getting him the football. So I wanted to throw that on the list as well. But that's going to do it here. Now you know how to find a wide receiver one and what else to remember going into your drafts this season. If you enjoyed, drop a like and drop a comment. What caught your eye about this video?